I'm Norma Jean with Realty Executives in Action. Do you have any real estate plans for 2014? Why not put your plans in the hands of an executive? It costs no more to have the very best. Put our experience to work for you.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by RV Superstore. We do what other dealers won't. Provide a 3-month warranty on all used travel trailers and motorhomes, 2000 and newer. Call 775-727-7600 today. News is also brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Tonight on News 46, Congressman Horsford visits Pahrump. An accident blocks lanes on Highway 372. And new arrest records surface concerning a president of a committee. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Thursday, May 15, 2014. I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46. Well, Democratic Congressman Stephen Horsford visited Pahrump today. News 46's Deanna O'Donnell caught up with Horsford at Nye Community Coalition.
Well, it's great to be back in Pahrump, out meeting with some of the local leaders, community organizations. First, talking about the new program for this summer. Pahrump is leading the way actually here in the state of Nevada, doing mobile outreach for food assistance during the summer. During the school year, kids who qualify for free and reduced meals starting this summer will be able to go to one of 3 locations throughout Pahrump to receive either a breakfast or lunch or both, depending upon where they live. It's a great opportunity. It was based on a grant that we were able to secure for Nevada from the Department of Agriculture because we have such a low percentage of eligible families who are participating in the summer food program.
And that's part of the programs where they're sending the backpacks home, or is this going to be something different?
No, it's part of the backpack program as well, but the backpack program and the summer food program all are kind of under the same package of summer food assistance programs, so that kids who otherwise wouldn't get a nutritious meal can go to one of these community centers or the park and get one. And Pahrump has increased participation 36% in just the last year. That's incredible. It's a great job. It speaks to kind of the out-of-box thinking of the local leaders who've been working together to get this done. So I just want to commend everybody in Pahrump for working together.
You're here at Nye Communities Coalition. You're going to be having a roundtable to talk about housing?
Yes, I was recently appointed to the Financial Services Committee. One of my subcommittee assignments is the Housing Subcommittee because Nevada has the most unstable housing market in the country. I'm here to listen to what the issues are in Pahrump, both from a public housing standpoint as well as from a private housing standpoint. What's the percentage of home foreclosures? How many homes are upside down in value? Are people having to short sell their homes? What are the challenges of people being able to stay in their homes and stay current on their mortgages? What's the rental market look like here? So that I can take that information back and represent Pahrump and their needs on the work going forward of this new committee.
Well, 2 cars collided in the intersection of Blagg and Highway 372 this afternoon.
Tonight's accident report is brought to you by Stovall & Associates. Don't expect insurance companies to have your best interest in mind. Stovall & Associates cares. Let us help you if you have been involved in an accident.
A moderate two-vehicle accident occurred this afternoon on Highway 372 and Blag Road. Both vehicles sustained damage to their front ends. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, Nye County Sheriff's deputies, and Nevada Highway Patrol all arrived on scene to find that all victims were outside of their vehicles. One female who was wheelchair bound sat on the side of the road as investigators continued to find out what caused this accident. No one claimed any injury at the time of the accident or was transported to local medical facilities. Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, firefighters launched a major offense today to douse fires that so far have charred 9,987 acres in California's San Diego County, with the worst being a nearly uncontrollable blaze in San Marcos. Helicopters, military aircraft, and extra crews worked the fire, which fire officials said was only 5% contained as it burned 800 acres Thursday morning in San Marcos. The biggest fire at 6,000 acres on the Marines Corps Camp Pendleton was only 20% contained. Well, the Nevada Division of State Parks and Nevada Division of Forestry announced that added fire restrictions are effective today and are being implemented at Big Bend, Valley of Fire, and Spring Mountain Ranch State Parks, as well as Mount Charleston Fire Protection District, because of the high potential for wildfire. Well, coming up, a decision on the town board's agenda. Find out more when we come back.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Integrity Taxi. Reliable, safe, and fun. Call Integrity Taxi at 751-1111.
Welcome back to News 46. Well, on the town board's agenda, up for consideration was to review, discuss, and possible direction to staff regarding the development agreement between Nye County and Spring Mountain Raceway.
So the Speedway has been and is a spectacular facet to the town of Pahrump and the county of Nye. One of my goals and objectives that I was given as a town manager is to move the fairgrounds forward. And I will tell you honestly that having the potential opportunity to obtain effluent to water our recreational fields that we're planning is enormous. It would be an enormous benefit, not only to the town, to the county, but to the community as well.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, my name is Russ Meads, M-E-A-D-S, and I'm the owner of Double M Construction, a local construction company, and I've been given the privilege of being able to present this to the board today and to the community for your consideration on behalf of the Spring Mountain Raceway. Construct a sewer and water treatment facility there at the racetrack, for the racetrack. When the idea originally came up, I had been talking with the county and with different officials about what we wanted to do and what we needed to do to get to the point where we could have this ready to go. In the process of doing that, we looked at the benefits that might be to the community if the community had access to these utilities. So if we construct $4.5 million worth of infrastructure by building a sewer treatment facility and a water facility, and we put it on the racetrack, and we use it just for the racetrack, the benefits to the community are still there, some, but not as many as if we put it across the street at the fairgrounds.
Move to direct staff to convey our suggestions and concerns to the county staff and the Board of County Commissioners and work with the county on any potential lease.
Okay, that's a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Opposed? Motion carries 3-2.
Well, District Attorney Brian Coonsey is campaigning to retain his seat representing Nye County.
It's been going great. I really enjoy my job. It's been a great transition, and even as everybody knows, it was quite a mess. When I came in with some of the issues that were going on in the DA's office, and I'm just so happy to be working with the people I work with. It has really, I think, turned things around, and it really is just a lot of fun to come to work every day because I work with such a great staff.
Let's talk a little bit about that, because you did have kind of a time that you had to straighten out things and get things going. Do you think that the DA's office reputation has been changed so much from what it was at that time to what it is now?
Oh, I think it's definitely been changed, and I think we see it, from the standpoint of how much we're actually being used now, particularly by the other agencies and other departments who are coming to us, and I guess the problem is that we're now so buried because now they're using us. I basically said, please use us, and now they have, now it's a real challenge to kind of keep up with all the work. But again, it's just so fun because the district attorney's office is such a dynamic place to work. There's nothing that goes on in county government that really doesn't touch the DA's office, and doing the criminal prosecutions and the civil work. It's just so much variety of what goes on that you just can't ask for a more fun place to work.
Let's talk about some of the achievements that you've done since the last term and what you would like to continue.
Well, I think the big thing that I really stressed when I came in was really just kind of trying to change some of the standards in the office. And, I've put in some controls as far as, making sure that cases are getting reviewed and filed much quicker. When I came in, there literally were cases that had been sitting for 3 years that had never been touched. And so you've got victims who don't know what's happening. You've got people who are, potentially facing charges that don't know what's happening. And that to me was just unacceptable. So, now we pretty much make sure, and we try to get every case reviewed within 1 month of it hitting my office. And, that really helps get the system going. And we need to make decisions. Let the people know, can we file charges? Are we filing charges? And not just let things sit. It's just a lot of it is just working with the staff. I've been a prosecutor for 20 years now. I've got 30 years of litigation experience, so I'm able to come in and really mentor and work with the attorneys. And we just need a really major turnaround in how cases are processed and prosecuted. And we're getting very good results. And the people that need to go to prison are going to prison, and that's what we need to ask for.
Well, a local man contacted KPVM who wanted to comment on the president of what he calls an ethical action committee about his previous ethical decisions.
A citizen who wishes to remain anonymous, fearing retribution, contacted KPVM TV and provided information regarding the president of the Political Action Committee, Citizens to Elect an Ethical Nye County Sheriff. Stephen Lee is the person who has admitted owning the signs that say "Nobody but Rick" on them and have been the subject of an arrest concerning Assistant Sheriff Rick Marshall and Nye County Sheriff Office volunteer Ben Goley. Lee filmed Marshall removing signs from a location on Mesquite and Blag Road. Rick Marshall and Ben Goley was arrested for the incident shortly after. Marshall has said that he had permission to remove the signs from the property owners.
I told Rick Marshall he definitely can remove anything negative. I just want positive. And anybody that's running for sheriff out there, they call me on the phone. If they want to put a sign up, I will give them that permission. If they want to put something up negative, absolutely not.
The signs that are on the property were given permission to Rick Marshall to use all of our properties. Nobody else has been given any permission to go on our properties and trespass, which they've done.
KPVM has learned that Mr. Lee has not only been arrested for embezzlement here in Pahrump, in which the charges were dropped allegedly because the organization Pahrump Valley Horsemen's Association had disbanded. In 2011, Lee was accused of embezzling more than $800 from that organization, according to records. New records have surfaced about Stephen Lee, who is the person who reportedly created Citizens to Elect an Ethical Nye County Sheriff.
I'm not sure how he can run a campaign on integrity when I understand he lost his job at Foothills High School because of theft of computers and posting stuff on the internet.
Lee was taken into custody in 2006 for grand larceny and using identification information of another, petite larceny and harassment. The witness says that the arrest occurred at the time Lee worked for Clark County School District as an officer. Lee was accused allegedly of setting up a pornographic website featuring his ex-girlfriend. The source says that he took computers from the school district to commit the crime. Lee pled guilty of a lesser charge of petite larceny and harassment. He was ordered to attend impulse control counseling, to stay away from the victim, complete community service. He has also received a suspended sentence and a fine. KPVM contacted Stephen Lee to ask about his comments concerning his arrest. He told News 46 that the arrest is unrelated to the Marshall Gully incident.
Well, folks, keep it here because we're going to have more local news for you after these messages.
Pahrump, are you getting tired of being capped on your internet? Well, not anymore. Wave Direct has no data caps, and with great local customer service, why go anywhere else? 30-day trials are available. Call 775-253-3887.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
Welcome back to News 46. A public meeting hosted by the Nevada Site-Specific Advisory Board will begin at 4 p.m. Wednesday, May 21st at the Bob Roode Community Center. Planned meeting topics include a briefing on the radioactive waste assessment process and ways to increase and/or enhance communication regarding waste transportation and disposal at the Nevada National Security Site. And here's Deanna O'Donnell with your news across Nevada.
In April, 14,931 initial claims for unemployment insurance were filed in Nevada, a 15% drop compared to April of 2013. Initial claims have fallen compared to the previous year for 17 straight months and in 50 of the past 53 months. Initial claims peaked during the recession at 36,414 in December of 2008, and the low point for initial claims was 11,985 in September of 2013. A new report says Nevada has improved in the number of children enrolled in preschool programs, but still ranks near the bottom of states when it comes to program spending. The report says just 3% of Nevada 4-year-olds attended preschool in 2012-2013. Nevada ranked 36th in the student enrollment among 41 states with pre-kindergarten programs. Nationally, 28% of 4-year-olds attended preschool that year. Enrollment levels ranked from 94% in Washington, D.C. to 1% in Minnesota and Rhode Island. Nevada's per-pupil spending of $2,397 ranked 33rd. Nationally, states spent an average of $4,026 per student on preschool. Las Vegas Metro officials want Nevada to outlaw all forms of synthetic marijuana, but state officials say outlawing all forms of the drug could have negative consequences. Spice is a synthetic marijuana that can make users hallucinate, even turn violent. Officers say suspects smoked the fake weed before carrying out several recent wild crimes. The state's Board of Pharmacy has the power to outlaw the drugs, but its deputy secretary says making all forms of synthetic marijuana illegal is complicated. These drugs are used in clinical research. So if we say that you just can't use any of them, then there's a potential that we would be prohibiting some drug that would be doing some good. Some of the drugs are used in cancer and Alzheimer's research. Since 2011, the state board says it has made hundreds of different spice forms illegal. The Air Force has implemented a new program called Employee Vehicle Certification and Reporting System that will begin on June 1st. The 99th Civil Engineer Squadron Environmental Quality Office will roll out the new requirement for all base federal employees to certify that their vehicles comply with the emission standards for Nevada. eCars is designed to ensure compliance with the Clean Air Act that requires privately owned vehicles operated by federal employees on federal facilities be in compliance with the emission standards for the vehicle inspection and maintenance program area wherein the federal installation as a way to keep the environment safe. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. That's your news across Nevada.
Thank you, Deanna. Now here's Angela Miles with today's first business brief.
This is the first business brief for Thursday, May 15th. I'm Angela Miles. Air traveler attitudes are gaining altitude. J.D. Power reports for the second year in a row, consumers gave airlines higher marks in a satisfaction survey. Alaska and Delta topped the survey, followed by U.S. Airways. The study notes passengers are becoming accustomed to higher fees. Earnings from Walmart could shape the trading day. It's been a challenging quarter for the retailer between extreme winter weather and cuts to food stamps that could be a risk factor to future growth at Walmart. Wednesday, Macy's reported better than expected earnings, although sales fell for the second straight quarter because of the harsh winter. Macy's CEO says sales are picking up along with the temperature. And the Bitcoin is now a form of payment at a Canadian nudist colony. Bear Oaks Family Naturist Park near Toronto says the Bitcoin provides privacy from being judged. That's the first business brief. I'm Angela Miles.
Well, coming up after the break, folks, Noah is going to let us know how this weekend is going to be and what we can prepare for the weather. Keep it here.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Thursday, May 15th. Today we had nice sunny skies with a high of 93 degrees. It's pretty hot out there. The average temperature around this time of year is 89 degrees. Winds were coming from the north today at 3 miles per hour with gusts up to 6 miles per hour, so some pretty low winds. The UV index today was 10, which is very high. Humidity was at 13%. Sunrise was at 5:38 this morning, and the record high in 1937 was 107 degrees. Tonight we'll have partly cloudy skies with a low of 69 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 66 degrees. Winds will be coming from the north at 3 miles per hour with gusts up to 6 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 19%. Sunset will be at 7:44, and the record low in 1968 was 44 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 99 degrees and a low of 69 degrees. Winds will be coming from the southwest at 6 miles per hour with gusts up to 11 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 18%. Sunrise will be at 5:37 a.m. and the UV index will be 10, which is very high. For our 7-day forecast, we'll have a mostly cloudy week with some uninterrupted sunshine on Monday. Your high temperatures will be ranging from the mid-70s to the high 90s, peaking there on Friday, and your low temperatures will be ranging from the mid-50s to the high 60s.
Well, mostly a cloudy week then. Well, the Relay for Life begins tomorrow night at Petrick Park at 6 p.m. Come down to see the Way Baptist Fellowship of Pahrump team. A woman by the name of Norma Reyes will be forced to shave her head if she doesn't earn the $1,000 goal. To donate to Norma Reyes, find her on the web at pahrumprelay.org and donate to her team, the Way Baptist Fellowship. Well, concerning the upcoming primary election, if you would like to register to vote or cast a vote for a partisan seat, you can do it at the Nye County Clerk's Office inside the Nye County Courthouse on Basin Avenue. To cast your vote for a partisan seat, you must change your voter registration to one of the two major parties. You can change your party's registration back after the primary election. Voters can walk into the clerk's office to register tomorrow, Monday, or Tuesday. Both offices will stay open until 7 p.m. on Monday and Tuesday. Voters may also register to vote on the Secretary of State's website at nvsos.gov through Tuesday. Well, folks, that does it for this edition of News 46. I'm Monique Mitchell, and from everyone up here at News 46, we hope you have a great evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow. Until then, good night.